Hello everyone, here is my amazing former client Jeff, who recently got married to a beautiful, gorgeous Ukrainian wife. Thank you for agreeing for this interview and share your experience with my potential clients. What was the turning point when you realized this is the woman I want to marry? And how did you know she was different from anyone you had met before?
Well, Olena, as you know, we started the process. I had several dates, and you asked me all about my life and my wants and needs and goals and aspirations and just lifestyle choices and things like that, and got to know me. And then you dug in deep and sent me on several dates. But I think as I went through that process, I learned more about what I was looking for. It wasn't just the pictures, it was really getting to know the person. And then when I met Olena, everything just clicked, and we had of course, the date. I went to see her first and then had her down. And I think the turning point, she came and visited me in my hometown in Texas and got to know my family, and everyone just adored her and my little daughter now, who's just turned 6 recently. And so that was a turning point. You guided me through this whole process, and I'm just glad we arrived at the destination.
Looking back now, what role did our process and introductions play in helping you meet her compared to dating on your own?
Well, your role was the entire role, because as you know, I was not actively dating. I mean, I tried, I'm out there, but I'm not someone that goes to bars looking for my partner. I'm not someone that, I have very bad experience online, both in the United States, foreign websites, nothing compared to the service that you provide. Customized, getting to know who I am, what am I looking for, and just, there's a saying that 90% of the fish are in 10% of the lake. Well, you bring that 10% of the lake right to the client, and the ladies that I'm looking for that suit me, that have a match. And so when you go on, you're lucky to go on one date a year with someone that has potential, where every single date that you bring to your clients are designed to be potential matches. And so it was a night and day. You played the entire role, and I can't imagine how I would have ever accomplished it without you.
You went on over a dozen dates before meeting your wife. What did you learn about yourself and about women during that journey?
Well, I learned quite a bit. I learned a lot about myself, actually. I mean, one thing is you can't judge a book by a picture. You don't have any idea. The pictures can be amazing, and you think a person's going to be talkative, and she turns out to be quiet. And you just can't understand all those things, whereas having you on my team, you talk to the ladies, you know all your ladies, you know who I'm going to go out on the dates with, and so they're designed to match with what I'm looking for. And so I learned through the process that one of the things I learned is I was really open to a family. When I met Olena, and she had this beautiful, almost 5-year-old at the time, she just turned 6 now, my new pride and joy, I learned it was important to have a family, not just a wife, and that was for me. And I met other great ladies in the process. For someone out there that had grown kids that were empty nesters, and for some client of yours that is looking for that, I know that you can find what they're looking for. That's the main thing, is no guesswork. Have someone on your team that helps you through the whole process.
Many high caliber men are successful in businesses, but struggle to find a life partner. What would you tell them about working with bespoke matchmaking service like International Love Match?
Well, that's an easy one, because I'm a business person, and when I need to get my taxes done, I go to a CPA. When you need to have legal advice, you talk to an attorney. If you don't feel well, you go to the doctor. And to think that you're going to find the perfect lady, this most important decision in your life that can affect your personal success, your financial success, it affects everything. And we think we're going to go it alone. So my advice is to hire a professional. I mean, you pay for all these other services that are nothing to be compared with finding the right partner and having a wonderful life together. So my advice is don't wait.
How has marriage and fatherhood changed your perspective on life, success, and happiness?
Well, I mean, it gives the whole thing purpose, right? I mean, we don't bring anything into this world and we don't take anything out of it. And so, relationships for me are everything, and having someone to share my successes, my ups and my downs, and just plan out a life together and share it. It's everything. And then on the bonus of having a family, and now that I have a child, I never dreamed I'd be as happy as I am now. And so I'm just very grateful.
If you could go back in time, what advice would you give yourself before starting this journey with us?
I think I would say, first of all, don't overthink it. Just enjoy the process. I mean, you bring these wonderful people to meet right to your doorstep, and so just relax and just take everything lightly and let it happen naturally. And the other thing is, just the sooner you start, the sooner you go on dates. And man, stop wasting time with the websites and all the games. And that's probably the most important thing, is that all the ladies, from my experience anyway, people online aren't only really serious about relationships, where everyone that you brought to me is here for one reason. They're looking for their life partner. So none of those games are involved. It's all, everyone has good intentions, from my experience.
What one thing you and your wife do now that keeps your relationship strong and makes you feel grateful every day?
I think the thing that we do, or we're working on a lot, is making that time to spend together and communicate. That's one thing. Communication is vital in a relationship, and we have a child, and so there's a lot of activity going on and a lot of energy in the room, let's say. And so making that time as regularly as we can. We strive for every day, but just to go for a walk or something where we have some alone time to really connect and communicate, where I'm calm, can listen to Arena about her day, and I can share everything that's going on with me. And so that's probably the one thing that we do that's helping out the most. And also, I think for us, family that prays together stays together. And that's how I believe. That's how Olena found a lady that believed the same way. So we try to pray together every night. We go to church on Sunday and raise our child, together. And so it's been ideal for us, and that's what Olena did for me, is went and found what I was looking for.
Okay, Jeff, so thank you very much for letting me interview you and share your experience with my potential clients, with my friends and people who watch my YouTube, my Instagram. My future clients ask me quite often what the best advice I could give them, and I can tell, love truly, sincerely, because like Jeff said, the only thing in our life we can share is love. Love is all about giving, and if you want to share with someone everything you have, your emotions, your love, your success, this is your person, your true person you are longing to meet. And so I just love my mission, and I wish all of you big happiness. And if you're ready to start your journey, just call me.
It's been a pleasure having you, Olena. And one thing I can just say is that from the very first conversation, you are sincere about helping me, sincere about helping your clients, and I can't recommend you any more than 100+%.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you.
Anytime.